Yes, sir. And we're live. Welcome, everybody watching this on the replay. This is the Friday Live brought to you by the Hood. I'm your host, Jimmy, as always, my partner in crime, Corey. We both back in the building. What's up, Corey?
Chilling, man. Living La Vida Loca.
All right, man. So I give our folks some chance to get in here, man. For those that may be watching for the first time, either live or on the replay, this is our Friday Live show. We're generally here every Friday. We missed a couple Fridays because life is lifing, but we are here. We talk about what's going on in our personal lives, the world of finance, and ratchet memes, a little bit of everything, man.
Ratchet memory.
Yeah, we do a Bitcoin giveaway as well at the end of every Friday show, helping people get some sats in their life. But what's up with you, bro? How you been?
I'm all right, man. Just living, man. I got this. I'm adjusting.
I'm about to say, how is Houston treating you, man?
They ain't treating me no kind of way because I don't really go to Houston that often. I might start going more often, but I've been to Houston about 5 times since I've been here.
Well, I should say Texas then, because you're not directly in Houston. How far are you from Houston?
15 minutes.
Okay, all right.
So I'm not.
That's the closest big city, obviously, to you, though, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the closest big city to me. It's the thing about it is that it ain't really ain't nothing there except for like I said, either great food or mid food. Yo, I've had some of the best food that I've ever had here, and I've also had some of the most overhyped mid bull crap that I've ever had in this city. So I've had both ends.
Oh, shout out to Keith Lee, who's in Houston now doing this thing, man.
I gotta check Keith Lee out. Let's see. I gotta check his list against mine.
Yeah. Your list might be a little different than his.
I've been to a lot of, I've been coming down here for the last 4.5 years. So, my list is kind of extensive, man. So I might have been to the same places.
Yeah, man. We got a couple of our folks in here, man. Let's see who's checking in, man. Jamil, Detroit's in the building. What up, though?
What up,
brother
though?
Don Johnson's in the building. What's good, Don? What's good? GC, what's up, GC? How you been, good brother? Hey, Kev, what's up, Kev? Said camping here looking like a hood monk. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's hoodie season, baby.
It's hoodie season. You been in the turkey spot yet?
Yeah, turkey leg hut. That's yeah, it's all right.
You went there with Russ, didn't you?
No, I went with Kahan and his wife.
Oh, okay. When they was down there. Yeah. All right, man. Listen, so we got more folks coming in, man. So today, just want to, come in, check in with everybody, have a quick conversation, man. The title of today's episode, though, is just Get Off Zero, man, as it pertains to Bitcoin, man. And the reason I did that is it's for several reasons, man. Just, I'm always in the news reading and see what's going on, trying different things, running my node. And 2024, man, is when the next halving happens, right? And if you just look at what happened every time the halving happens, then you already know what it is. But what I'm afraid of, as I was doing reading in terms of where things are going, I'm afraid that it's going to become one of those things where our average person won't be able to
get in,
right? And that's what kind of scares me. I mean, real estate is almost becoming that right now, right? And the only way to get real estate now is if you take out a crazy ass mortgage where you be working for the bank the rest of your life. Let's see. Peace. The Bronx is in the building. Jose, what's up with you, man?
You feeling all right, man? Last time I talked to you, you was. I mean, seeing you post, you said you wasn't feeling all that hot, bro.
You all right, Jose? Everything good? How you feeling, man? Let us know how you feeling. Kahana's in the building. What's up, Kahana out here, man?
Izzo.
Finding all kinds of deals with a little bit of everything, man. Listen, man. Hey, Michelle is in the building. Michelle, what's good? What's good, family? How are you, man? How are you? Yeah, man. So, like I said, today's title is Get Off Zero, man. Let me start with this. Let's start the conversation by, just sharing something that I was, reading yesterday on CNBC. So let me share that for a second, just to get the conversation started and see where we go. So, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, meets with Grayscale, BlackRock about potential Bitcoin ETF. And this is an article from yesterday. It says the SEC is formally engaging with asset managers ahead of the much anticipated decision on whether the regulator will approve a Bitcoin exchange traded fund. They've met with representatives from BlackRock and the NASDAQ and that was on Wednesday, right? So it says there's growing confidence in the market that a Bitcoin ETF will eventually be approved, and it has boosted the price of Bitcoin, right? So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, they're talking about converting that into an ETF. So there's a lot going on with the SEC. But the point about this isn't to say, hey, wait till this ETF is approved and then buy the ETF. Although I know that is what a lot of people are going to do because they have this thing with centralization where it's just easy. It becomes easy for them. You're going to lose money that way, right? You're
I just shook my head.
You're better off learning to take self-custody, right? Learn to take self-custody and buying now, because what happens is when those inflows hit the market, and there's less of the asset to be bought, it is what it is, man. One of the things about Bitcoin that many people have look at it wrong is they look at it as an equity, right, and not a commodity. When you start to value it and look at it like a commodity and understand its true scarcity, and then you have that kind of inflows coming into the market, when they try to, secure Bitcoin for this ETF, what else can happen, right? What else can happen, man? So Jose says, real quick, let's get back to our folks. Minor heart Whoa,
there's no such thing as a minor heart problem.
Yeah, I know, man. I'll hit you offline, man. Make sure you're good, man. But I'm glad to hear that you're feeling much better, man. Prayers to you, good brother. How much control does Musk have over cryptocurrency? None. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So
y'all looking at that wrong.
First thing I want to say is this: there's cryptocurrency and then there's Bitcoin. Right. There's no Doge ETF. Right. So let's get this. Let's separate the two. There's Bitcoin and then there's crypto. So he doesn't have any control over anything. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if he has control over X. He got in the news this week too for clapping at folks on stage. Like, we'll see how that plays out though. The banks are rising. JPM, Schwab, they've been running for like 2-3 weeks now. I haven't checked the charts to see just how much they're still running. They've been running like crazy because I want to short them. I ain't gonna hold you.
I've been talking about shorting them. Keep your money out of those shorts, Jim.
I didn't put any money in the shorts. Remember, my whole thing with the shorts was I had to see a candle. I wanted to see a candle close.
You never saw
the previous day's candle. Yeah, that's the problem. The problem is I won't get that candle that lets me know to go. But once I get that candle,
it's a go.
Yeah, once I get that candle, it's definitely a go. I'm gonna short them to the to Bolivian. I'm just waiting for it. They've been running for a minute though. Let me pull up a chart for a second. I want to see what the financials are looking like. I haven't gotten any sort of notification to let me know to go back in and look at it. Shout out to the MDC too, because I've been kicking up like crazy, man. I posted in this circle for the MDC this past week's play that we gave out on Monday. And by the way, anything we say on this show is not investment advice either.
At all.
It's for educational, informational purposes only. But
at all.
In our Monday class, we had gave out a play that went absolutely crazy.
But noodles.
I bought like 20 contracts and was just cashing out all day long. It was a beautiful thing. All right, so let me put this on the daily. Let me share my screen for a second. Show y'all what I'm looking at. I was looking at Pascal's comment and it made me want to look at let's see. Look at the actual chart. And this is the financials here, XLF. It ran so crazy that I gotta find where here it go. This is the daily, right? So
we started looking at it back with that red candle off the bottom. We was playing it off this bottom right here.
Right here? You're talking about back in October? I gotta go back and see when we first started talking about it, but that thing been running.
That's the daily.
This is the daily.
No, I'm talking. Well, then we talking about up here.
All right, let me put it on a weekly then, because I know it's been a couple weeks. Right, so here's the weekly. So yeah, it's been running. Look
that's
at
a month.
Yeah.
That's a month.
When are they going? Eventually, look, man. Everything regresses to the mean. And I'm
But
looking at
it ain't even at the. It's not even at its zenith. It ain't even at the top.
on the weekly is not. On the weekly is not. On the daily, right? On the daily,
It's cutting loose on the daily.
we about more than 2, close to 3 standard deviations away from the mean. It's pure insanity. That's the financials right now. Cookie, what's good, Cookie? Stay up, Jose. JPM, do not short. Watch me. What Usher say? Listen, I'm not saying I'm doing it now, Kev, but when I get the trigger, I'm pushing my chips to the middle of the table. But the thing about it is I'm not greedy because once I hit my 30, do you see BTC or crypto as a form of
Hegelian dialect?
All right, so you're getting too deep now, man. It's this you went to Hotep land with me. Being it's always had public ledgers and has slowly been following the yellow brick road to centralization. Well, this is where you separate BTC from crypto.
Yep.
Bitcoin is not the same as crypto, right? I'll simplify it for you this way. If you can tell me who the founder is or who runs the organization or you know who wrote the white paper,
then it's not Bitcoin.
Yeah, and it has
it's centralized.
Yeah, because what I was going to say is all decentralization means from this standpoint is more than there isn't one point of attack. There's no centralized point of attack. Once I know who the founder is, you become the centralized point of attack, right? So with that being said, I'm about to. I want to make sure I answer this correct because I'm gonna look up because I'm not even gonna pretend to know that I know what that is. An interpretive method in which the contradiction between a proposition and its antithesis is resolved at a higher level of truth. Oh, look at you. Listen, so so in terms of answering your question, Jamil, about hooligans or whatever you said, no, it's a little different.
Did you say hooligans?
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it hooligans, man. I'm just gonna change what he said. So crypto might be a hooligan, but Bitcoin's not a hooligan. So we're gonna leave it at that. So I finally got my top fan diamond. I was feeling some kind of way about that. I appreciate that, Kev. You already know it's love. Jamil says, blessings, healing, and greatness to Jose. So everybody sending love to Jose's way. We appreciate that as well. Satoshi Nakamoto was Loki in that last episode of season 2. I didn't get to that episode. It's funny because Loki was good. I didn't get to the last episode of season 2 yet because so many other good things came my way, right? I'm gonna tell you an example of something I was just recently watching, y'all. And I want to make sure I get the name right. So again, I say, I don't know who runs Apple TV, who does their actual content, but whoever that is deserves a raise because they barely miss. So Monarch Legacies of Monsters, right? I started watching this, which is about the Monarch organization within the Monsterverse. First off, I'm not really into the Monsterverse. I hadn't watched any of those movies.
I don't know what that is.
All right, so the Monsterverse is like the Godzilla, King Kong, but the new versions that started around 2014 when they rebooted out.
Okay.
So they got their own little universe in there, which I didn't know until I was watching this on Apple TV. And the only reason I watched this is because it was on Apple TV because, like I said, Apple TV, dog, like they don't miss. So I start watching this, this Monarch show. Next thing I know, I went and watched every one of the movies from 2014 up to the day. I'm sitting there watching like King Kong or Godzilla, like throw hands. I'm all caught up in it, and I'm like, yo, insanity. But because of that is why I haven't got back to like finishing Loki and a bunch of other stuff, man. I've been like Apple TV like crazy. It's another series on Apple TV, Lessons in Chemistry. Completely different from that. Like, Corey, you hate this. It's a drama. It's not a lot of action, not a lot of killing.
Nobody gets died. Nobody gets killed.
In the Monsterverse, they catch bodies, but not in this. The other one I'm talking about, Lessons in Chemistry.
Yeah,
it's a drama. But I think it's one of the best things I've seen in years. So Apple TV is just
if it don't got killings.
I understand, bro. I understand. Do you like Broadway plays?
What the hell is that?
I said a Broadway play. You know what a Broadway play
Oh
is?
no, I thought you said throwaway play. I was about to
No,
say,
Broadway plays. Do you like plays?
yes.
People don't die in them Jones. I figured you wouldn't like it unless someone,
No,
you know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no, no. That's live theater. I love live anything. Live music, live theater, live like that's different to me. Like if it's cinematic and you took 6 months to do it, I want to see people die. But if you are on stage, you know what I mean? I'll watch, like I don't have a problem with dramas and all of that kind of stuff. I just don't want to watch them on my TV. Like I want to see live action sports and I want to see live action unaliving.
Y'all hear how sick my brother sound, man. He can't watch TV unless somebody's catching a body.
Or on the court or on the,
What's up, Brittany? How are you?
Yeah, like, I don't want to watch TV for 3 hours and watch some girl cry about her boyfriend left her and all that, man. I ain't trying to hear all that.
I want to look at one more thing before I pull this chart down. I want to look at JP Morgan specifically and see how they've been running.
I can't watch it. I'm not. Look at that.
Insanity. This is a daily joint.
That's ugly.
That
is an ugly move.
It's crazy.
Non-stop ugly move.
Let me get a candle, right? A closing candle that goes anywhere around 155. And
it's going down.
Literally. Listen, that's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Adrian, what's going on? How are you?
Adrian!
A few years back, I got to be Curtis and Sister Act the musical. It was great. The audience hated me. I did my job. If they hated you,
perfect.
You did your job, yo. It's funny. I was watching the not watching. I was looking at the thing. They did a survey, and they got over 100,000 folks to answer this joint about the most hated characters in TV history. And number one was Core?
There's probably the Lannister boy.
Yep.
It was probably the Joffrey.
Yep. He was number one.
Yeah, he was a piece of work. He was a piece of
But that led me down a rabbit hole. But it was a couple of folks from Game of Thrones on there. Like,
had to be, because that was my favorite TV show because, well, besides Banshee. Banshee in Game of Thrones to me are 1 and 1A when it comes to, you know what I mean? Like people getting
I thought about that when Michelle just said, like, I did my job because people hated me, right? So, but when I saw that, let me see if I can find it right here.
Yeah, like
he was number one.
Those two shows is 1 and 2 when it comes to people getting their body rocked. Like,
yeah. So, what's interesting is, and the number 1 and 2 wasn't really shocking to me.
Somebody had to be Joffrey Lannister because he's
number one.
Like, I don't even really hate TV characters, and I was like, boy, is a piece of malarkey. He's a piece of.
Yo, the crazy part is, so I let me down a rabbit hole of watching a couple other things like surrounding him or whatever. And he was talking about how, like, in real life, folks be like running up on him, ready to exchange hands. And he like, yo, no, that was working. Like, that's a job. Like,
I was at work. Don't be coming at me. I was at work.
Yeah. So here's the list right here. He is number 1, right? So he's number 1. Number 2 is Ramsey Bolton, who was just as.
Yeah, he was.
I remember, we got a Game of Thrones group. I remember folks having an argument about between those two, who is worse. But either way, they came number 1 and 2. Then we get into, I don't watch this. I have no idea. If any of y'all watch this, let me know just how bad Shao Tucker is. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, never watched it. But I do got a recommendation.
It's been 3-4 years since I watched it. I didn't watch it with any,
Rachel Berry from Glee. Not familiar with her body of work.
Never seen Glee.
Didn't watch it. Yeah, not familiar with her body of work. The Governor from The Walking Dead.
Never seen that either.
So I have seen it. I didn't even catch up on that, but I read the comics, and the Governor is. I would assume that he's probably worse in the comics than he is on TV, because some of the stuff he did in the comics you can't do on TV. So he probably will be higher up on my list, but that's because I don't know the people that's before him. So Todd, yeah, but to me, in Breaking Bad, there's so many.
I gotta get my TV game up. I've never seen the episode of Breaking Bad in my life.
He's a sociopath. I'll give him that. Yeah, she was sick too, yo.
Yeah. Now I seen it.
She was sick too. Who else we
I
got?
don't like zombies. Zombies are weird. Like it's just zombies are dumb. So
Yo, it's funny because I feel like if they didn't make her sympathetic by the way they treated her, then she probably would have been higher on the list. But she's number 8. That's Cersei.
yeah. At the
Because they
end,
kind of made her when they made her take the walk of shame, yo, and they you know what I mean.
yeah, all the women start getting back on her side.
Shame.
Yo, that was I agree with this.
I'm not familiar with his body of work either.
I have kids, so I'm very familiar with his body of work.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now I'm unfamiliar with it because I haven't seen it in years. After my first 2, you can't watch Caillou, bro.
It's funny because you had an immediate reaction when you saw his face, and the same thing that my wife did. She was talking about her nephew. Like they had to stop him from watching it because he started like trying to mimic the behaviors.
Yeah, man. No, thank you.
Yeah, and also a piece of work from The Walking Dead. Yeah, so that was a top 10 right there, yo. But it's just interesting. Like I thought about this when Mache just said what he said because he said people hated him. That just means you did your job, man. Hopefully you weren't as bad as Joffrey because. Yeah, man.
Like first character that came to mind was Joffrey Lannister, and
Yeah,
then
you answered that. You answered that without even seeing it. That's why it's funny. So he says Snape or Dolores Umbridge didn't make the list. I don't know who none of that is.
that's off of Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. It's funny because I recently started watching those back again too. Because my wife is a Harry Potter stan. I'll be missing some of her references, so I can't have that. I didn't watch GOT until a year after its finale. Hey, salute to you for that. I admire people that like.
I didn't see it until season 5. I didn't start watching it until season 5.
All right, so Cola's in the building. What's up, LaJoya? All right, so we got he's breaking it down for me. Hooligans. All right, the people accept the solution which they were steered to. Cryptography. This is before BTC, but BTC came out of Occupy Wall Street thesis. DeFi and autonomy can enrage, and now exchange is going down. But ETFC. All right, so here's the thing about it, right? This is why it requires study, right? Because there's so many things that make a Bitcoin separate from just cryptography, but also cryptocurrency, right? The fact that the blocks move slow, which is intentional, right? So Bitcoin at its core focuses on security, but anyone has the ability to run a node from something as simple as a Raspberry Pi or a computer, which gives it the decentralization. So therefore, it's a little bit different than all those other things. And the exchanges honestly don't matter, right? So every exchange can fall down and I can still trade BTC every day. I don't need an exchange. Nope. The exchanges are centralized entities, right? So that's what the average person knows to go to. That's why I said it comes within 2 things. First off is get off zero. Second is study. Start with the Bitcoin standard. Then, there's other things such as the one I'm reading currently is pretty good. Mache, I don't know if you added it to your list or not, but fiat ruins everything. But when you start to study and understand the difference in decentralization, and there's a couple other things that I'm going to put out there for those that are in the MDC. We got the Bitcoin class coming up.
That's 2 days from now.
Yeah, it's supposed to be this. So, Core, I know you're going to kill me, but I might have to make it the 12th, and there's a reason why. I think that I'm scheduled. I got to check my calendar. I think I'm scheduled to do an interview with something on the 5th. But either way, the class is done. It's on its way. But that's either here nor there.
If you move the date on this thing one more time, man.
I know you're going to kill me, bro. I know. But listen, it's done. It's absolutely done. I mean, maybe I'll share a little bit on Friday. Share a little bit of the class, just because y'all here on Friday, let me see. I think I got it on this computer. I might be able to share a little bit of what we're gonna be going over in this class. I did it once before. Let's see. But this
class needs to update like once a month.
That's the crazy part. Like right now we had like close to 70 slides on this joint, but it's a lot of information. But it's because of like some of the comments that Jamil made in terms of understanding it. So let's see. What's one thing I want to share real fast? I don't want to show all the slides. Like I showed some of this before, but let me see. What do I want to share on here? So this is about running a node. This is about. This is a pretty funny slide, but how about I share this? Right. This is part of the actual class, but this is what's interesting, Jamil, because I think this is relevant to what you just said when you talked about how it's being treated in the media and what's coming with CBDCs. Be careful what you see in the media, right? This is a slide actually from our class. Let me but I'll play it here. Hold on one second. Let me just get this ready from current slide. This is a actual video that will be shared as a part of our class, but I want to let you guys that are watching live with us see it now. So hold on one second. You all right, Core?
Yeah, man. My wife brought me some fast food.
Oh, so you ain't busting the grub while we sitting here trying to learn? You want to bust a grub on us though?
No.
I'm messing with you. Hold up, let me put the slide on here. See if it lets me do the slide. You know that you gotta treat slides different. Let me share my whole screen. That makes it because that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, like you trying to do.
Also share audio. All right, share. All right, here we go. Let me know if you can hear this, Core. And let me do from the current slide. Like I told you, it's a bunch of slides in this joint. Let me know if you can hear.
This has really been extreme.
You said no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So just to give a little context to this is from our class that's coming up within the next 2 weeks in MDC. And this goes to kind of like what Jamil was talking about. When you gotta watch what some of these folks say to you when they put stories out and put things in the news. Here's why. All right, cut this up a little bit.
This has really been extremely egregious. So on September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
He says it's a fraud.
It says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
It's just, so unethical.
Right.
Okay, George Soros.
George Soros, in January 24th, price was already down, calls Bitcoin a bubble, says Bitcoin is the worst investment in the world. Don't buy Bitcoin. Basically throws gasoline on the fire at this point. And then what do we find out? So he says bubble here.
It drops 44%.
Right. And then here in April, 2 months later, guess what we find out?
Yeah.
His $26 billion family office has approval to buy cryptocurrency.
Right. And we only knew about it publicly.
Right.
Here.
Okay. So then here now, Goldman Sachs, this again, February 7th, most cryptocurrencies will crash to zero. Now I remember when they said this in February, and through my network, I knew that Goldman Sachs was setting up a crypto trading desk. Absolutely knew they were setting up a crypto trading desk.
And I remember you telling me that.
Right. And then, of course, they were denying it. No, we're not. We're not. Price falls down 27%. And then what do we find out? We find out here, they say BTC 0. And then we find out just before May, new trading desk. Not only that, they put $400 million to buy a cryptocurrency trading platform. Okay, so February 7th, it's all going to zero. May, we just spent $400 million just on a flyer.
And they're not the only ones.
No. So you have a lot of institutions that are coming. You had.
All right, so you get the gist, right?
Yeah, man. But we've been talking about this since 2017. How they've been, they've been giving y'all the flim flam since 2017. They've been doing this since 2017.
Yeah, but now it's funny when people start charting it out and looking at the date. The way the dates line up are kind of crazy. So real quick, getting back to some of these comments, Michelle says, "The Walking Dead, a lot of deaths." So you might like that.
Yeah,
I can't stand. What's his name? Caillou.
Caillou.
Yeah, Caillou. Yeah, everybody hates Caillou. Yo, all adults hate Caillou. Yo, the reaction on Twitter when they saw that, like all adults hate him. So shout out to y'all with kids that got exposed to that, because y'all all got a vitriol for the young man. Look, he said Caillou needs a spanking. Everybody hates Caillou. What's up, Latoya? How are you? I've never watched Game of Thrones. Oh,
I can see that. Working mom, not wanting to be,
It's good though. I think Fiat ruins everything is on Audible. I'm pulling the trigger, paying for that. It is on Audible. It definitely is on Audible. That's one. Yo, the funny thing is, Shay, there's not too many books, right? So I get a lot of books on Audible. I get some on Kindle. I got that on both. There's not too many. I get on both. It got to be really like that. And I actually thought about doing the trifecta and getting the physical. I've played with and looked at running a Node deal for a while. I've been doing a lot of work with my Node this week, updating it and adding new apps on there. In fact, my Node is literally syncing in the background as I talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm literally updating it. I'm syncing it to add another app while I'm talking to you, just to give you an idea what that looks like. To show you that I'm out here living my raps. Hold on. Won't let me share my entire screen for whatever reason. But anyway, now won't let me share it because I'm sharing it from a Chrome tab. But won't let me share my entire screen. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yes, it will. Boom. That's my whole screen. So yeah, this is what it's just you can see it running in the background. I'm installing a new app. So and this is the one I'm running, which is called My Node. Anyway, that being said, Mache, I think you'll enjoy it. Definitely you should do it because it could be a little frustrating at first, but if you walk through it, if you get one, let me know. I'll jump on with you and see if I can help you, but you'll learn so much doing that because when you run your own node, especially if you run a lightning node, right, you can set it up where you provide liquidity and you're getting, paid for the liquidity going back and forth. Also, that separates you literally from everything. So I put liquidity on my node and then I have the app that I can connect it to. So I literally don't even need a company. I don't need any crypto company. I don't need any crypto exchange. I'm doing everything myself. So that's why when you get to that point, but when the process of setting it up, like it could be a little bit frustrating, but it's well worth it in terms of what you'll learn and what you'll start to understand. So Mache, if you do that, let me know. Maxi and beating, I saw that, man. I saw that, Kev. Like, shout out to the sports betting too. We've been going crazy on that too. But this is ridiculous, man. Let me tell you something. I'm in a fantasy basketball league, and I got the most frustrating player in basketball right now. Corey, you want to take a guess who that is? To me,
the most frustrating player in basketball.
Yeah. He's actually good, but it's so frustrating. You ain't gonna guess it. I'm gonna tell you, it's Zion Williamson.
Oh right? Man, I can see that.
He's 30, 10, and 8. Like he just be cooking. But every time he does it, next game he ain't playing. He's like, I gotta sit down tonight. I'm like, come on, cuz, like, what we doing here? Anyway, so my laptop just be sitting here doing nothing. There you go, run a node, man. What we doing? Thanks to Buy the Hood, I got off 0 this week. Salute. Hey, appreciate that, man. Listen, that's what we're here for, man. Congratulations, man. And you will. Hold up. We got a ghost. A ghost is in the building.
Lance,
what's good? Yo, Lance, you gotta shoot us a text or inbox or something, man. I mean, you like St. Patrick. You just straight run ghosts on us. You like James St. Patrick, man. But we actually were talking about you a couple weeks ago. Like, you and Russ both just went underground. But glad to see that you're doing well, Lance. Let's see. He may need to go though. Fast food has been consumed while hot.
Has to be consumed.
Yeah, it has to be consumed while hot. Yeah. That's true.
It's all good.
Nobody wants to see him eating that pimento Chick-fil-A.
I ignored that whole statement.
No Chick-fil-A slander. All right.
No, full Chick-fil-A slander. I would never eat that malarkey.
Hey, listen, man. Signature member, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I might go to Atlanta to go see the headquarters since they invited me, man. I spent so much money there, they invited me. You know what I'm saying? It's out of control, but I'm getting my life right though. So I ain't been in a while. They probably gonna kick me out of the
They gonna put you out the club.
Put me out the club, dog. I'm definitely a signature member though, man. And they, you know what I'm saying? They definitely invited me, man. I think I showed you before, Corey, just to show you like that I live my raps, man.
No, you gotta show me that, man. I see it. Remember, I get it.
For those that don't know what this means, look it up, and then you'll see how egregious I am. But that's actually nothing to brag about. It's actually pretty pathetic. But with that being said, though, it is what it is, man. Egregious is a beautiful word, Kev. got to use the word egregious every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Neef, what's good? How are you? Welcome. The glue is in the building. Brianna, how are you, Brianna?
Hey, what's going on?
Talking about the clip we played.
Yeah,
If someone died during this clip, Corey would love it.
I would.
But the hypocrisy, right? See, so this is the thing, right? That should be illegal. So sick of the hypocrisy. Something I realized before, right? This happens when you do a lot of reading. I'm reading another book, right? This is more on the political side of things, not necessarily finance, but everything is connected. And I'll tell you guys the name of this book. It's called Black Power in Palestine, right? And it goes into like the civil rights movement and their thoughts about what was going on in Palestine back then. So I'm looking at everything going on now. So let me do a little bit of reading about the history. So it's called Black Power in Palestine, right? But one of the things about reading books is you see how much things stay the same. And, you know, what's the whole saying, right? The more things change, the more they stay the same. But I think it is a difference now. And Latoya's comment made me think about this. Yo, they be playing in our face right now.
Fully.
It seems like back in the day, they always like the powers that be, whoever you want to call them, did what they did. But now they just do it right in our face. And it's crazy. Like, they don't even hide no more.
Yeah, they just do whatever they want.
It's a nice new glass, Corey. You're giving off your professor vibes, man.
It's the same glass I had on for the last 6 weeks.
Well,
I appreciate you noticing, but
he said he put the hoodie on, let you know he's still a goon. All right, so the flim flam. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. One of the greatest tricks of any enemy is to convince you that the key to your freedom is a key that, he go past with the bars again. Yo, but they play right in our face now, man.
Yeah, they do.
Running a node makes you a Bitcoin god. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for calling me a god, man. You know, I appreciate that, man. You know.
What's a king to a god? What's a god to a king?
Yeah. I was talking about, well, yeah. I mean, you can say that long term. I think Shaq might be at Iverson beat. As much success as Shaq had, he still was frustrating. I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like if Shaq went through a 3-year run where he really tried, right? And that 3-year run, they won 3 chips. Before then, Shaq didn't really even try that hard. Like, I remember one time Shaq came into camp. He was like 100 pounds overweight. And he was like, I don't get paid to work out. So I only work out during the season and get ready for the playoffs, right? But when Phil Jackson first got there, he got him together for a while. And he was the most dominant player I've ever seen in that 3-year stretch. So that's why I think he was frustrated. If he had that mindset his whole career, yo, Shaq might have won a dime. Might have won like 10 chips, yo.
Nah.
Listen, bro.
Tim Duncan better than him.
Okay, I hear you. But again, this is the fact that you can make that argument means that you're proving my point.
No, it don't, because Tim Duncan was better than him in college too.
Nah.
Yes, he was.
No.
Okay. we'll yeah,
it is what it is. Like, no, just no. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, listen. Shout out to Tim Duncan. I respect him more, than I do even when he played. But no, it's just a focused Shaq was that 3-year stretch, dog. He was anyway. Appreciate that, Lance. Appreciate that. Chick-fil-A and KO headquarters would be a nice Atlanta getaway. I actually went to the Coca-Cola Museum when I was down in Atlanta. What the hell was I in Atlanta for recently? Oh, me and you both was in Atlanta, Core.
Yeah, we was down there with Truth.
Shout to Young Truth. Yeah, we was down there with Young Truth. Getting your life right. Neef, I promise you. I'm getting my life right, Joe. I've been getting my life right, honestly, since I got back from New Orleans. Shout out to my brother Kamari. Me and Kamari went so crazy in New Orleans that I came back and I had to like detox for a week. I was on a straight like soup and liquid diet because me and Kamari, we was in New Orleans going crazy, though. New Orleans has the best food of any place I've ever been to. And I know the glue is in New Orleans. I don't know how you live there, yo. I just don't know how you live there.
Yo, I'm only a short, like me and my wife been in New Orleans 3 times. Like it's only a 4-hour drive from here.
And maybe you get used to it being there, Brianna, but I don't know how you live there, yo. The food is just different.
It is. It's decadent. It's decadent. It's decadent. Like that's one of the places where I've been. Where, like I said, I'm right next to Houston, right? And I've had some extremely good food and some extremely mid food. I'm not even going to call it bad. It's just mid. Like it's just there. And then, but when I was in New Orleans, I didn't have that mid experience. Like it was just decadent. Like it was just egregiously good.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Yo, and for those that like watch Kamari's show, I'll ask him if you don't believe me. Like we was in that joint looking like the Fat Boys in Crush Groove. Like we went crazy. So therefore, when I got back, I said I'm getting my life right. So I've been doing well since then, man. So you know what I mean?
Yo, that scene we gotta play that scene, dog. Next week when we come on, we have to play that. Boys and we have to play that scene.
You giving away your age too, man. Because you caught that reference, man.
Yo, that is an amazing piece of work, yo.
Yo, yeah, that's how we did it in New Orleans, man. So Brianna, I don't even know how you stay there, yo.
Oh man.
But yeah, though, Chick-fil-A and Coke. Amazing. Glad to hear that you are amazing. My wife be trying to talk to me and ask me to do things between 7 on Fridays. Baby, I'm kicking it. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to the wife, man.
Yeah, don't get beat up because of us, because your wife.
But listen, man, it's love though. It's love. Tell her to join you, man. You know what I mean? We all about that black love. Hey, we got the legend in the building. What's up, Erica? How are you?
Hey, what's going on? This legends just popping up.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I feel special.
What's happening in Palestine, Congo, and Sudan has definitely been playing in our faces. Yeah, what happens
all the time?
Oh man,
all the time.
So Don agrees with me, right? Shaq is an all-time underachiever, but Don also agrees with Corey that Tim Duncan is better. Now, I want to add context to this. Don is a Spurs fan, so if you said anything different, I would, you had
to look at him sideways.
So I'm just gonna leave that at that, man.
I think Tim Duncan was the best player of that generation, and that generation had Shaq and Kobe in it.
All right, so what was your opinion of Franklin Saint getting robbed for $78 million and ending up a homeless drunk? Howie, interesting question, right? So, I think that the show could have only ended a couple ways, right? With him in prison, dead, with exactly what happened to him, or dead. That's the other one, right? So, the crazy part about that is, watching that show is a little triggering, right? Because I grew up during that time. I was a kid during that time. So I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there because I don't know what his brother is, but a lot of the dudes that were big time, obviously not Franklin Saint 78 million big time, but big time, ended up
like that.
Yeah. So it's like
I've seen that a lot.
I have too. I've seen there's a dude who lived on my block, and he was the man. He could play ball. He had all the women. He had all the jewelry, the cars, and all that. And that's why the crack epidemic was so crazy. Right, so he was getting money. Next thing I know, I was sending him to the store for me. And this is a dude I used to look up to, but he was just like, I'd be like, I used to though, even when he became that, because of the respect I used to have for him, I used to just like give him jobs and I didn't need him to do. Like, yo, I get a couple dollars, take my trash out. Like, still, this is random stuff because he was that guy. So I've seen that happen to so many people that it wasn't as shocking to me as it was to certain people I saw online. Like that's unrealistic. I'm like, I don't know how unrealistic it is.
That's not unrealistic at all.
No, not at all. And matter of fact, I was just watching I've seen it before, but it was a documentary and it was talking about
that's actually one of the likeliest outcomes.
yeah. Like even the Nicky Barnes story, right? He was a drug addict. Like all them dudes, man. Like anyway,
they either end up in the Player Hall of Fame or the Player Hall of Shame. Like it ain't no in between.
All right, so let's look this up. A book recommendation from Miche, and Miche is one of my favorite librarians. He's not actually a librarian, but he does a lot of reading. So mistakes were made. Let's see. So Merrill Wilsner. Let's see. All right, let me look this book up. Is that what you're talking about, Michelle? Make sure I got the right author. Merrill Wilsner. Let me know if that's the right author, and I'll add it to my list. Crystal was really good.
Hey,
we see you. Everybody pulling up.
Yeah, that's what I said. The legends them came out. They didn't pulled up.
We must have mentioned Ford or something earlier because she pulled up. For those who don't know, that's like a inside joke. Her trading. Nolia food is legendary. Houston food is good as well. I mean, that's what Keith Lee's saying right now. Keith Lee is in Houston now. Check his review. That's what I told Core. I said, you got to go check his list.
I've been telling Jim this for the last few weeks. Like, it's a lot of good food here and a lot of mid. Like, there's no in between here. Like, Houston got great food, and then it got some, like, why is you playing in my face food? Like, it
Yeah,
got both.
the Fat Boys and Crush Groove. That's my favorite scene. Yo, that scene was wild. But yeah, that was me and Kamari in New Orleans going crazy. Yo, they had these charbroiled like oysters, dog. No, mind. Once conditioned properly, you can steal from someone, and they will actually believe that the theft benefited them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, that happened a lot too.
yeah. Like Crystal said, this. Yeah, we definitely seen this in real life in a lifetime. So sad, a lot of them got hooked on crack. A lot of them did. Yeah, and Rock said, seen a lot of OGs end up like that. Tommy Hilltop, no comment.
Yeah, right. Mind my business.
Mistakes were made, not by me. Oh, okay, it's a whole different book. See, that's why I'm glad I asked. But not by me. That's why I didn't add that part. But not by me. That's hilarious. All right, now I'm gonna get the right book. So not unrealistic, but just lazy writing. I mean, you can make that argument.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know,
That was the most likely outcome for him.
put it like this. I guess, Don. I guess like the way I looked at it is, was it my favorite ending of all time on all the shows? No, but it wasn't bad either. I've seen some terrible endings to shows, so I don't think it was bad. So I mean, it all depends upon how you look at it, though. Chill on me. I've been broke. Oh, whoa! What's your new company? You broke up with Ford. All right, so I found the book, Michelle. Mistakes were made, but not by me. All right, so let's see. All right, got it here. Oh, it's on Audible too. Let me add it on Audible. Errol and Clocker. Yo, I haven't watched that in a long time.
Yeah, I ain't seen Clockers in 20 years.
That's the book John with the bull was drinking the Yoo-Hoo, wasn't he?
Yeah, I ain't seen Clockers in 20 years. Minimum 20 years.
Yo, and Jamil stay with the his references might be crazier than mine, yo. Pimp behavior. A thin line between the dealer and the user. Both are yeah.
I talk about that a lot.
Yeah. It's definitely a thin line. It's like, and no disrespect, Pass, but it's like a thin line between like a pimp and a preacher.
Oh, there's no thin line between a pimp and a preacher.
What you trying to say?
They're just saying
what are you trying to say?
They all pimping. But it's one pimping for one thing and one pimping for another. It's a pimping is taken out of context a lot of times. But we'll talk. I'm not even.
Whoa! You got a whole thought out. So pimping is actually not a bad thing, is what you're saying.
It's taken out of context. I didn't say it wasn't a bad thing. I said it's taken out of context.
Yo, speaking of, I saw. So again, I'm personally I don't do a lot of organized religion, although Pastor is my spiritual guide. Like I listen to what Pastor tells me, and he always leads me right. But with that being said, I always tell people, right, certain people have the ability, like the oratory skills that are just phenomenal. And sometimes I find myself on social media. There's a couple, like for instance, like TD Jakes. TD Jakes is an amazing speaker, right? When I heard him speak, I was like, all right, I see why he has the success he has. He's a good orator, right? Whether I agree or disagree or believe or whatever.
Yeah, like Barack Obama, he's a great orator.
I came across this dude today, and I'm sitting there, and again, not a religious guy, but I watched a couple of his videos. I'm like, all right, and he had a bunch of people in his church too. Let's see if y'all know who I'm talking about. His name is.
I will say this about the church. My dad is a pastor, and I'll leave it at that.
He got bars though.
My dad got crazy bars.
Okay,
I got my bars from. I got crazy bars. I just don't.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying you don't. You my brother. Whatever you listen, you got him. But I'm telling you, I was watching this dude's video earlier, and I watched one, I watched two. I was like, all right, I see why he got a following. Dude can actually speak. His name is I'm trying to go back on my phone.
The difference between me and most pastors and preachers and people like that is that they actually like people. They like to be around people. I'm not that dude. Like
watch our most recent podcast or listen to it because you'll see how much Corey hates people. But anyway, with that being said, this dude's name is Pastor Mike McClure. Anybody ever heard of Pastor Mike McClure? I mean, he's obviously popular because I ended up somehow someone sent me something on his page. He got close to 1 million followers, so he's obviously popular. But I'm not in that space, so I never heard of him.
Yeah, I've never heard of Bull.
Yo, I never heard of Bull, but he got a huge following. But
there's a lot of people like that.
I was like, oh, this boy cooking.
Man, there's a lot of people in the world that got a large following.
He wasn't even talking like biblical. He was just talking about life. But I was like, oh, this boy is nice. Anyway, I just don't know if any of y'all heard of him before, because yeah, he got bars. He's a good speaker. All right, so Let's see. That's the experience of black women. They steal our swag and call it Gen Z culture now. Then we're doing too much when we speak out about it. Yeah, y'all definitely do got y'all own
Yeah.
culture. My favorite thing that black women say is it's giving. I be wanting to say that, but I just can't. I can't bring myself.
No, bro. No, you don't.
I'm too.
You
No,
don't
I
want to
just,
say it.
no. It's just. It's. I love when they say it though. I love when they say it. Like,
I mean, I'm a fan also, but you don't. I
I'm
don't
a-
want to hear you
oh
say
no,
that.
no, you're never going to hear me. Yo, you're not going to hear me say it.
I don't
But
ever want to hear that come out your mouth, good brother.
being transparent, I'm just letting the black women know. I think that's fly when y'all say that. Like that's hard. But
I'm with it.
I can't say it.
Yeah, I don't want to ever see my brothers
No,
saying
I can't say it.
look like that.
I can't say it. But it's fire though.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I think folks want to see Franklin get away with his money. It's funny how TV and good writing or good stories make you root for somebody who's really a creep when you think about what they're doing at the end of the day. But how many real life stories do we see of big time deals leaving it all behind, getting out the game with the money? I know one of my old heads who did like a 30 piece, came home. He's like, I don't know nobody that got a retirement plan in this thing. And it's also funny, like not funny, it's actually sad. I shouldn't say funny. When you see people that live that life and they actually do their time, like
they all come home and tell you none of the time was worth it.
Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. And then they, because forget the money or whatever.
You lost 30 years of your life. 25
piece. The value in that never gets
25 piece. You can't, the world didn't change doing you. All the people that you used to love is grown now. All the kids that you used to know is 35-year-old boys, men and women. Like, you know what I mean? Like the world is a whole different place when you come back out. Like, no, you can't take that from me.
Hey, Pass, you gotta share the essay with us. I'd love to read it to see your thoughts on that. So let's see what else he says. Interesting thought about pimping, Corey. I'm a church boy and I'm not offended at all. I'd love to hear more, but I know you don't want to do that here, but I feel like I see where you're going, right?
Nah, you don't have any idea where I would go with that, bro.
Well, no, so Pass, I would love you to share, share your essay, even if not here, I love you send it to me. Like I would love to read it. That was one of the more interesting things about that show I watched on Apple, the chemistry joint. Is a piece of that's about religion and science, which was kind of interesting. But lessons in chemistry is what I'm talking about. It was a dope show. Chris was laughing at you, Core. I watch this stuff. His following is crazy. Oh, so y'all do know who the pastor is I'm talking about.
No, she do.
Okay, well, LaJoya knows who I'm talking about, right? Yo,
I have no idea who boy is.
No, boy, it's nice though. He can speak.
Listen, I'm not saying he weirdo or creeping. I just don't know.
I ain't never heard of Geno Jennings. Let me write that down too. I'm gonna check out Geno Jennings stuff. So good question from Howie. Another great question. What's going to be a different skill or hobby you plan on trying in 2024? It's a great question.
I'm about to hit up Brianna and I'm going mystery shopping as soon as I possibly can. Like Brianna is, I'm gonna make her hold my hand and walk me through the first shop, and then after that, I'm gonna pay her for that because that's what you do when you take up people's time. And then I'm going to do it.
All right, so mine is going to sound a little like not really wild, but this is what I really want to. It's something I really want to do. So part of me going through this phase of trying to work on my health. I want to not learn because I've been to classes. I want to take yoga seriously.
That's decent.
That's something I want to do. So that's something I want to do in 2024. So if y'all see me doing goat yoga or in random plus spots looking like Dao Sim, then you know that's why. I'm listen. I'm going to invest in. I'm gonna spend some chicken. I'm gonna spend some money, and I'm going to give you some yoga instructors. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's something I want to do in 2024. Is so that's something I want to work on personally. So. Y'all gonna see me out here. Watch.
Yoga fire.
Y'all gonna see me. Y'all gonna see the end of next year standing on my head somewhere, like on IG, at a mountain standing on my head. You're like, oh, he was serious. Yeah, let's get it. That's my goal personally. I think that's the saddest part. They get frozen in time, and most of them go back because they can't. It's pretty sad. If you went to prison in the 90s, just coming out, you're so lost. Yeah, things move so fast now, so fast. When you divide the time spent in jail by the amount of money made, most of them would have been better off working at Chick-fil-A.
Absolutely.
There was a book that actually broke down the economics of it. I read the book too. I can't remember the name of it. And actually, a dude took that study and went a bit further and implanted himself in a gang in Chicago. Oh, what's the name of that book? And actually started moving up ranks in the gang while he actually went there to observe him for a scientific study. Somehow got in the gang and was moving up the ranks. It was crazy. But it was based on that. He actually goes into the actual economics of drug dealing and how the average person is better off to get a job at McDonald's. Let me see, Chicago. I'm trying to find the name of this book. That's it. It's called Gang Leader for a Day. The author's name is Sudhir Venkatesh, but he's an Asian guy, Indian Asian. But it's called Gang Leader Through a Day. He's a sociologist who got embedded with the gang or whatever. But so that's the name of that book. It's called Gang Leader for a Day. Add that to your list. Mache, have you read that book? For real, had to show folks how to use a computer, debit card, the internet. They went in when he just learned how to write at a checkbook. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, think about how many things have changed. So Cookie said Geno Jennings is crazy. All right, I gotta check out the Geno Jennings guy out. Let me take a picture of this because I gotta check him out because y'all all vouching for him. A lot of y'all don't know who Mike is, but y'all know who Geno Jennings is, right? So, all right, I'm gonna check out Geno Jennings. That's the second one of y'all said that. I'm still working through the mystery shopping situation. Some shops work better than others for my lifestyle. Yeah. So Crystal says she wants to learn how to box. That's dope too. You get like a J-Lo on enough. Yo, does anybody make worse movies than J-Lo to be a superstar? No shots at J-Lo, but I was sitting there the other day like, she got nothing but mid, all mid.
She got a what's the name for the mid? She got a IMDb.
Yeah, it's all mid. It's like
mid.
Like food from Sonic. It's just all mid.
Yo, whoa, slow down.
Hey, we appreciate that super chat.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Them hole in the wall churches, yes, pimps. Those bigger churches is an organization, marketing, staff, volunteers, a gathering place. It's a different experience. We sent 100 kids to Africa. That's dope. So that's one thing I do appreciate for those that are so, not to separate churches, but there are churches that actually put work in the community.
I'm not saying they don't, but I just said there's no thin line between pimping and church. There's no line.
Right.
Because there's just no line. So, because you just pimping in the name of something different than it's like anyway.
But here's the thing though. Historically speaking, in order to get our folks to actually gather and do anything in unison, to actually
and churches are places where you
churches are places to do that. I remember reading, it was something Elijah Muhammad wrote years ago, talking about like the reason that his organization grew and worked is because it had a religious aspect to it. So some people came for the black nationalism, but actually stayed because there was a religious aspect to it. Like, we're just spiritual people. But the thing is, when you see and you can physically see churches, like there's a pastor in Philadelphia. I've never met the brother. I would love to meet him.
He out on the street
pastor all day. Dog.
Yeah, he everywhere, dog.
Across we never had a chance to speak.
I love boy. He everywhere.
I've seen him in places where like the actual people that should be there doing the work are not doing it. And I'm talking about people paid to do the work. He be in the wildest places. So I appreciate that when you can physically see, or when you can see the work that's being done, when you can actually, it's tangible, right? So yeah, Erica says that her church sends 100 kids to Africa every year. That's amazing. But I'm telling you, in Philadelphia, I don't know if any of y'all know him, but if y'all can, put me down, connect me with him, because I want to see how I can help that brother, Pastor Carl Day. He is phenomenal, because like I said, I've seen him in places where other folks won't even show their face. But shout out to him though. But Erica, appreciate you as always showing us love. Man, Erica's amazing. For those that don't follow Erica's channel, I'm pretty sure all y'all do. Make sure you go check out Erica Classy Climb, because she supports everything we do, and always looks out, and she's just amazing. And so thank you for that. Rich, that's not what I'm talking about. You will not, not that kind.
That Kensington yoga that
I'm from Uptown. Not Ken. We doing Uptown. I'm doing not that kind.
You don't want to do that Kensington yoga.
Not that kind. That's a different kind. All right,
that's funny.
But I always want to pick up Tai Chi and the subsequent fighting style. Tai Chi one. Tai Chi is that's the joint where they be doing like the. Yeah, that's like what. When I be on early in the morning, if you go down 7th Street and you see the
you see the Asian population out there getting busy.
They be in Packs. I'm talking about like
packs of 100. They be out there
100, dog. And they be walking around and you ever talk to them? They be like, I'm 98 years old. You be like, what? I'm like, hold up, maybe I need to learn Tai Chi because y'all out here damn near
exercise and drink water and mind their business.
And that's the key. That last part I think might be the key to their longevity.
They mind their business.
They mind their business. They mind their business. Downward dog before body hood seminars. Hey, man, listen, man, yoga class before a seminar. Let's get it. I'm with that, man. I gotta get my, gotta work on that. So it is what it is. Of course, not talking about good passes, but those snakes in the garden type. Got you. So yeah, I mean, it's good and bad and everything, right?
Yep.
My 2024 hobbies are swimming, the gun range, and increasing my proficiency in the song in Salesforce. That's something else I'm gonna do too. Is go back to the gun range. I ain't been to the gun range in so long, right? So
yeah, I used to let that clapper off.
So I have a license. I have my own firearms and all that kind of stuff. But to be completely honest, I haven't been to the gun range enough. So hey, Latoya, hey, maybe we all go together, man. Let's set up a group trip. We all go to the gun range and let the Larkin spark. Let's get it. All right, I remember that. He said it basically came out the minimum wage when you factor it all in. Yeah, he did. He factored everything in. So, Pat says, for example, the similarities of pimp pastor should control the whole female member, be the boss of their, okay. Even their thoughts. Yeah. Haven't read Gang Leader for a Day. I want to read that Black Power in Palestine book too. So, Gang Leader for a Day. I'm not sure if that's on. I think that might be on Audible. Black Power in Palestine's not though. I had the actual book for that. Well, the Kindle, right? So, but yeah, that's one of my current reads. It's funny because I'm never reading one book. I'm always reading multiple books at a time. So the couple ones I'm reading now are Black Power in Palestine, Fiat Ruins Everything, the Book of Jose, which is a fact.
I don't know how you read all these books at one time. Like
I jump from one to one. So I try to read every night. I actually go to sleep reading.
What I do, maybe it's because I got ADHD. If I put the book down, I'm done with it. Like, so I gotta finish it before I can start the next thing.
I'm different.
Like, I can't do that, man. Like, if I put the book down, I'm done. Like, if I'm on page 73 and it's 273 pages, the other 200 pages is just out.
Nah. So I'll jump from one to the other. But here's the other one I'm reading is the Book of Jose, which is like the Fat Bojo biography, which is amazing just because Bo is such a crazy storyteller. But and if I got that on audio book, and he got like sound effects. He made a movie out of a book, but it's interesting though. So Mache says that talking about J-Lo, my little J-Lo slander, she makes better movies than music. That says a lot.
Ew.
That says a lot. You don't like Jenny from the Block? Hold on, Crystal. Don't tell me you like J-Lo movies. Crystal, you gotta be all right. So here's the thing though. Let me not say that. Because sometimes a movie is so bad that you like it, knowing it's bad, so you go on watching it just to laugh at it.
All I would say is she made Geely.
That one movie with George Clooney was all right. Maybe because of George Clooney. J-Lo manager must be related to Kris Jenner. They working hard to keep her and stuff. Yeah, Kris Jenner don't play no games.
Right? I watched the last movie I watched from J-Lo was the joint where she got married and she was clapping at people.
Of course you did.
Netflix. Of course. I'm not watching nothing when nobody don't get clapped at.
Selena was good. Man, that's how far you gotta go back. I prefer non-denomination churches. Yeah. Another example is a pimp/pastor. You get a good woman wife and make her your bottom hoe, first lady. And she will keep all the other women members in check.
Those are the facts.
That's definitely from the same playbook, though. I found the foam carpeting stuff for beginners. So after the holiday rushes over and prices start dropping, I'm going to try that. All right, so that sounds like an interesting something to pick up too.
No, that's dope.
Foam carpet, that's dope. Like, let us know if you build or sell anything. I definitely let us support in any way we can. Like, that's interesting though. That's dope. Oh, I can connect you to Pastor Day. See, that's why you just put things out there. I didn't even know that you knew him like that. I just want to support him any way I can, man, or just tell him like I appreciate his work. Because I've seen him in places where I'm like, yo, boy's outside. I'm outside, but he outside more than me. He's outside and bringing peace to places. Like, he's out there like helping folks. He's doing the work. And when I see other people doing the work, I just want to commend them. Let them know they appreciate it. Just own your time and space and see how Corey feels about it. That's another way too, because Corey does hate people, but We should name this episode Corey Hates People.
I mean,
how dare you say that every movie was mid? We got a J-Lo fan in the building.
Yeah, she got a portfolio full of mid.
Crystal, I just thought of a meme. I gotta make a meme and tag you in the meme now. Crystal attacked me because I said J-Lo movie was mid. That's a harsh analogy though. Some churches are authentic. Deacon board keeps them straight. I mean, that sounds like pimping too though. I don't think that he's saying it in a pejorative though. He's just talking about like not you or past. I just think we're just talking about is like some of the I don't want to call them strategies or
they are
because what it is you take it out of
you're
that.
Just using your word to make people move around.
It's not even really pimping. It's really psychology.
It is. You're just using words to make people move around.
And crack diet yoga.
That's that Kensington yoga.
Okay, so everybody knows Pastor Paul. John said he went to high school with him. Yeah, dude puts in work.
He does.
As a photographer, I've been wanting to capture a black Tai Chi group. I've never seen one.
Not one. Not a one.
Philly, I know. Stayed away from church because I saw too many people bless the church on Sunday, then bless the pipe again on Monday. Ooh. Yeah.
I'm mind my business about that.
Yeah. I don't want to trigger Corey set him off. Late, but I just got the road. What's up, Dr. Chad? What's up, Dr. Chad?
Those people in the comments that care about that kind of stuff.
Ash, what's good? Ash, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, taking shots, definitely shots. 2024 goals. Cooking. So Jose wants to pick up cooking, gun range, and driving on my own.
In New York, man, you don't have to drive nowhere.
I was about to say driving on your own, but then I remember you in New York. Like folks in New York be going their whole life without driving.
Don't have to. They got the best subway system in the country.
It is until you see some of the madness that happens on there, dog. Like, you know,
crazy stuff happens on there. But what I'm saying is, from getting as far as getting from one place to another place, New York City is the easiest subway system in the world.
It's probably more difficult to drive because you got to stop like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, man.
It's too congested. Told me about ServiceNow course. I'm wrapping up that now. I'm learning the platform.
She did it when she put it up there.
Yeah. Okay. Reading a lot of books at one time is not unlike watching multiple TV shows. Right. I agree.
I don't watch multiple TV shows at the same time, so
you really got some ADHD going on, huh?
Yeah, I don't even do that.
I set goals throughout the year, so I'm not a big resolutions fan. However, I will say continue to be consistent with my exercise and get a lot of sleep. Getting sleep is always something good. How are you like that? Tai Chi for overall body relaxation, weightlifting for bone preservation, a bunch of certs, and researching government contracting as a business. Okay, so Agent's actually trying to do some Tai Chi herself. What kind of search you looking at? I'm interested in that. We can ready to do our giveaway in a minute. Let me just get through these comments. But what kind of search, Adrian? I'm interested to see what kind of search you're going out for as we move into the next year. Out of sight. Yes. Featuring him on the pod will be dope exposure to start for Pastor. Listen, I'm with that. I definitely would love to have him on. Make the connection. I definitely would. I'm a fan of the brother's work. I like it. They may have oversold your ability to get a job when the cohort is over, but it definitely gets you into the ServiceNow ecosystem. You can do your own work, get more knowledge, and deeper into space. Okay. Yo, Michelle got more hours in a day than us, dog.
He do.
Michelle got like 36 hours.
Kids, he taking pictures. He doing yoga, Tai Chi, and whatever the hell else he doing.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell you getting time to do all this stuff, man?
Yeah, Michelle like knows how to like play with the like space-time continuum or something like because he just got more hours than us, man. Like how
I just in this conversation, I was like, damn, Michelle got 43 hours a day.
Yeah, Michelle like Barry Allen, dog. He be like running backwards and like, you know.
For those of y'all who don't know who Barry Allen is, that is the Flash.
Oh, my bad. All right, so what was that Snake movie with Cube in it? That's J-Lo's best. Yeah, that sounded kind of sus. It wasn't Snakes on the Plane, was it? Michelle, when you finish, let's talk. Better than the DC Metro. Ooh, so you think New York is better than the DC Metro?
I only been on DC Metro 3 times, so I don't go to DC as often as I went to New York. So I don't have a great frame of reference for that.
I like this question. How many properties are too many? All right. So my answer to that question, Kev, it truly depends.
It's lifestyle design.
That's one. Two, are you working by yourself? Do you have a team? Have you set up your infrastructure correctly? if you set your infrastructure up correctly, you can have thousands, millions actually. Like,
Yep.
so that depends upon the person. But also to Corey's point, lifestyle design, how many properties do you actually want to have? Because the fact of the matter is, it's not about having, it's not about the number of properties. Sometimes it's about having the right properties and what is your relationship in terms of financing with said properties. I was looking at this week when Mark Cuban pulled off an amazing deal, allegedly, when he sold off a majority share of the Mavericks, kept a minority share, also kept control. And then they put out an article like he partnered with Sands, the people who own Sands, who he sold his equity to. They're trying to put like a whole new stadium, entertainment complex, a real estate deal out there where he's trying to pull off this, which is why he got the liquidity. And he stepped down from Shark Tank. So if he's able to pull that off, right, and that's just one of the rumors. I heard a lot of rumors, but if he's able to pull something like that off, he don't need 1 million properties. That one property is going to kick off so much income. But again, that all depends upon how you have your system set up. You got a proper system set up. The richest man in the world in real estate up until he passed recently, I think he passed this year, as a matter of fact, was Sam Zell. And Sam Zell was one of the gentlemen responsible for REITs being a thing. But he owned so much real estate that I don't even know if you can like put in the number how many doors he had, but his was mostly paper at that point. So if you own a REIT, technically you own. So it all depends upon how you structure your business, right? So I don't think there's it's
not a one size fit all answer for that.
The most I've ever had at one time in terms of doors was a little over 60 doors. For me, it was terrible. Scale way back. Not gonna tell my whole story here, but scale way back and made more money scaling back than having more doors because my financing was, asset 10. It wasn't asset 9, it was asset 10. All right, Corey tripping, not for a woman after 8 p.m. at night. You are big, sir.
I know what you're talking about.
You tripping, man. You tripping. All right. Apparently, the subway in Japan is supposed to be far superior to even New York. Yeah, I've never been there to try that.
Yeah, I've never been to Japan, so I don't have a frame of reference for that.
Yeah. I got to check that out, though, to see what it's like. More reading this year, running away from home. Not a big resolution person, just more consistency. Yeah. Flashpoint. Was that the name of it? Anaconda? Was that it? All right. So maybe it was Anaconda.
The flashpoint is when he start running backwards and start changing time. That's Barry Allen reference.
I know, but all right, so that's what that is. All right, Anaconda is the J-Lo Snake movie. I like DC, Metro, and New York. All right, let's see. I'm trying to target an IT project management role. So ITIL, Foundation Security. Okay, Foundational Cybersecurity. ISC2 has a free one. AWS Cloud Practitioner and maybe the ServiceNow IT PM course. So one thing I will tell you is doing the work I do, I've seen people make so much money with cybersecurity. Like cybersecurity, people they're getting bags in cybersecurity. Bags. I hadn't done the New York subway, but being from Florida, the DC Metro was very navigable. All right, let's get this last comments, Core. What about Chicago too? I've never been on a public train. Actually, I did. I was on a train in.
I was never on public transportation in Chicago.
I did
Chicago twice. Both times I've been to Chicago, somebody around me got jacked up, and it wasn't nothing that people in Chicago did. First time I went to Chicago, it was the week the first time, when the Sixers was playing the Lakers in finals. I was in Chicago that week on a work project, and it was 114 degrees, and the girl next to me fell out and damn near died at the work site we was at. I was doing at that time I was working in I was doing public service projects, and we was in Chicago doing a public service project, and it was 115 degrees outside, and we was like digging these plant things so that they can create gardens, public gardens in Chicago. And she just fell out.
So I did get on the public transportation in Chicago one time, and I thought it was interesting because whatever train I was on rode through the city. And what I found interesting about it was you go through one part of the city and you see everybody with like White Sox gear and White Sox stuff in the front of their house. And then you cross into the other side of the city. I don't know which side it was. Everything turns Cubs. I was like, damn, it's like Chicago is like such territorial with everything. Like even half of the city is Cubs, half is White Sox. It was just very interesting to see that. And also to see the disparity between the haves and have-nots on that train ride because it rolled all through the city. So I did do that one time. For me, one property is too much. See, so that's the thing right there, Kev. Like some
it's
people,
about lifestyle. Like, that's
yeah,
going too much.
and the kind of what you can just the world to that. All right, I got you. Control is often more powerful than ownership. This is true. Salute. Managing 60 hours must have been stressful. That's a testament to your success. It must have been six. Yeah, it definitely was, especially when you have terrible property managers. So I had like a lot of properties in Carolina, a lot of different places, and some of my property managers were absolutely bums, design wise. But that's why I said also depends upon if you structure it right, get great property managers, and you can get as many as you want. Yep. Design wise, Japan is the best logistically designed subway. New York has the best rapid transit system. DC has a decent clean subway system. All right, so Jose broke it down for us. There you go. So New York is, is rapid, and DC is clean because New York ain't clean. I can tell you that
at all.
So shout out to Jose for breaking it down. Y'all forgot it's dangerous for women to take the train at night. Yeah, that too. It's dangerous during the day.
It's dangerous.
She said, "I grew up in Chicago. CTA is convenient, but a hell nah for me." All right, I got it. That's
how I feel about Philly public transportation.
All right, so Crystal putting out some gems. Get your PMP. Take the SEC Plus. Get a networking cert. CCNA, I'm biased. Make a company pay for it. So there's a game plan for you guys.
There you go.
Certs. And hit up Crystal, the J-Lo fan. Yeah, I'm saying.
Clapping at Crystal.
No, listen. Crystal knows I love Crystal, man. But that to find out that she's a J-Lo fan, you find out something new every day. Like,
just like you was clapping at her about Ford. Now you like damn.
No, Ford was her company. That's not a clap though. Her and Kamari both love Ford, right? So now I know she cut Ford. Now I got to tease her about
it.
It's all Crystal. You know it's love, but like in J-Lo movies is wild.
It is.
That's kind of wild. Right,
I didn't want to be the one who was. Since you said it first, though, I'm just gonna put it all on you. But I'm side eyeing the crap out of Crystal right now. Like, what, you like that BS? Like, you
and it's not that I like all like I like some mid, like sometimes you have a guilty. Sometimes you like things that are guilty pleasure. Speaking of, it's a show on Netflix. It's called Inside Job. I'm not sure if y'all heard of it. It's animated. And is based around conspiracy theories, and they get away with so much. I realize that when you create content, if you put it in animation form, you get away with saying stuff that you'll never get away with saying.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
If it wasn't animated, you know what I'm saying. So
that's why a lot of my favorite shows are animated because they get to say what they want. Like that's why, like South Park and The Simpsons and shows like that, they got away with absolute murder. On those shows.
Check out Inside Job on Netflix, and they talk about like the Illuminati and like the lizard people. It's insanity, but I enjoy it.
It's
New
like
York subway.
Futurama.
It got you sitting next to rats. Rat. Yeah. And New York rats are different. New York rats be like 6'2",
they pull up on you.
280. All right, y'all. So we're getting ready to do our Bitcoin giveaway for those that are here for the first time. We give away $25 of Bitcoin. It's random. We put you on a wheel. We spin the wheel. Whoever comes up, we pay you this evening. All you need is a Cash App. Give us your cash tag, and we send that to you. Let me put the wheel of names up. So
put your ones in the air. Put your ones in the air.
If you want to be put in here, put your one in the air. We got LaJoya. Who else we got?
We got KL.
All right, we got Kev. Let's see who else. We got DC animated PG-13 is R. Parents probably just don't realize if they watch. Yeah. We got Kev, Adrian. Let me see.
Damn, they pouring.
Adrian, how many D's and N's you got in your name? I don't want to spell it wrong.
We got Jose,
K Diggy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you give me the names. I'm just going on. K Diggy. Who else we got, Corey, after K Diggy?
Cheating as V9. Cajon. Ashley. LaSound.
Lay sound. What else?
Raphael. Tweet Talk.
All right.
Cookie.
What we got?
Rock Noxious.
Ox in the building. What else?
Latoya.
Latoya. I forgot LaJoy. All right, so Latoya. All right, got you.
Monisha. Brittany with an I.
Is it 2 T's or 1 T?
2 T's.
And I. Brittany with an I. Okay, what else we got?
Dr. Chaz.
All right.
We got Champ.
Yep.
Brianna. And Michelle.
All right. I'm going to read the names off to you guys. Give a couple more minutes before we spin this wheel. If you win, shoot me, By the Hood, or Corey a message. I'm at JW the Blueprint on everything. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get you paid this evening. Even if I've already paid you before, you've won before, that's cool. But the title of today's show was Get Off Zero. And what we're talking about is, and we talked a little bit about it earlier, we showed like a piece of our course coming up. Our course coming up is going to be fire, by the way. That was just one slide. We got like 75 slides and a lot of information. But I don't care who you are. I don't care if you just get on Cash App. Just get off zero because you will not regret it. Not investment advice, but just saying. So let me read these names real fast. LaJoya, Kev, Adrian, Jose, K. Diggy, Cheating as Vidon, Kahan, Ashley, LaSound, Tweet Talk, Cookie, Rock, Latoya, Monisha, Brittany, Chaz, Champ, Brianna, and Mache. If I'm missing anybody, please let me know now because we are spinning. Oh, we got one more. Keep it moving. Let's get that on here. Keep it moving. All right. So what else we got? All right, I'm gonna give you guys 20 seconds, and then we are spinning. Before we spin, I want to say this. Make sure you check out our recent podcast episode. We talk about Charlie Munger, and Charlie Munger has four rules to a good life, and then me and Corey talk about those rules, the rules that we add. It was a great conversation. But the reason I tell you to go listen to it is because it'll let you know how much Corey hates people. Greg, gotta ask
Easy.
Greg. Hey, listen, man, you was giving it up, talking about you hate people. You ain't trying to be nice to nobody.
I mean,
I ain't trying to go deep into it. I ain't trying to go to. Oh, Jamil, hold on. Jamil, you on here already?
no. Or Greg.
I got Greg. I just didn't see whether Jamil, because
No, he ain't on here.
Jamil might be trying to follow Don's. I'm saying. All right, man.
6 times.
So good luck to everybody. Remember, you gotta let us know. Tim too. Look at this. Tim too. You gotta let us know that you're still here before you could win. I gotta let us know you're still here though. Because if you're going, you're going.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Good luck to everybody. Let's get our spin on.
Everybody get your roll on. Everybody.
Names on here today. A lot of names on here. Get the
Cheating ass Vidon. That's my guy.
Shout out to our brother Vidon, man. Don, you already know what it is. Cheat Des Vidon wins for the 2600th time, but that's our guy. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. So Vidon is the winner this evening. Corey Camp isn't nice. He's kind. That's much better. You have some nice people who are really cruel. Mache, I don't know if you watched the episode, but that was kind of the conversation we had, the difference between kind and nice, right? So I actually looked it up like during the episode, and what I learned, you always learn something, right? It talks about how kind is more of an action and nice is like, just a being, a state of being, rather. And kind is an action. So the example that it gives in the dictionary, it says someone that's kind. So if your neighbor is sick, it said, being nice, you'll ask your neighbor, hey, hope you feel better, you're okay. Being kind is actually taking them some soup or something. But that's kind of the example that's in the dictionary. So, keep moving is laughing. LaJoya says congrats. Latoya says congrats, and Don is laughing himself because Don eventually is gonna have a whole Bitcoin that he got from us. And when Bitcoin hits $1 million per coin, Don gonna be like doing well. No, I hadn't watched it yet, but I'll watch it this week for sure. Yeah, take a look at it or listen to it on your podcast. Yeah, listen. Here, quick cheat code for you guys. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna give it away. I'm gonna say that for the Bitcoin class. But yeah, Michelle already know what I'm talking about. Go listen to it though. The etymology of nice equals foolish, dumb, weak, soft. Right? That sound like core, but you got to go look it up. Right? Congrats, Don. All right. So with that being said, take a look at the most recent podcast. Congrats. Winners celebrate winners, and these are facts. Don, still shoot me your cash tag. I know I already got it, but shoot it to me anyway. That way I won't forget to send it to you this evening. Because I'm one of them people. I don't know how y'all are. I hate on my phone, my notification bar. I need that joint to be blank all the time. Right? Some folks, I look at their phone and they got like a gazillion notifications, and I don't know how y'all walk around like that. That's disgusting, yo. Clear out your notifications, yo. Especially y'all folks with the iPhones, and y'all be sitting there and y'all be having like 215 unread emails. Like y'all be drawing.
If you look at my email bar, I got 1,273 unread emails.
I'm talking about on your phone though. I can't walk around like that. But that's why
on my phone.
That's nasty work. So that's why I tell people, listen, if you send me a message, you'll get paid that evening because I'm not going to leave a message up there because I got. I can't let it sit. Yo, it's like something that makes me irrationally angry is having a bunch of notifications. Anyway, let's see a couple more comments and we are out of here. But Michelle says, being from the South, I've learned that lots of your up north folks are jerks but good people. In South, they can be friendly but still monsters. That's a great point, Michelle. I remember when I first went away to college and I went to Lincoln University and we had people from all over the country that went there, California, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Philadelphia, right? And a lot of the down south folks in the morning, I'm on my way to class. I'm half asleep, don't want to be going to class. And they're like, hey, good morning. How are you? They speaking to me. And I was like taken aback because up north, we don't speak to each other
at all.
You know what I'm saying? We just don't speak to each other. So it was kind of weird to me. I had to learn like, Southern hospitality is a real thing. Yeah, we are bred not to speak to each other. But the way you put that is interesting. Some of us are jerks, but good people. In the South, some of them are friendly and monsters. Yeah, that's just interesting, man. I'll take being an up north jerk. I just think we're really direct. Lorraine, sorry to tell you that we already have spun. But anyway, 2024, I'm done. There's a goal for you. Next year, Chaz is going to be done. 5K emails unread. Dog. If you have 65,000 emails unread, you might have to just bulk delete them because whatever they're asking you for, like seriously, like across 15 accounts. I don't care if that was across 55 accounts. At this point, whatever they're asking you for, dog,
you never gonna get to it.
Yeah, like just erase them. The name of the Fiat book, Fiat Ruins Everything. It's by Jimmy Song. Fiat Ruins Everything. There's also another Fiat book called the Fiat Standard. Both of them are pretty good, but the one I'm reading right now is called Fiat Ruins Everything. Rock's laughing. Lorraine, we apologize. We did spin down one, but we'll catch you next week. We'll be back here. Anyway, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. For those in the MDC, make sure you're in class on Monday. Like I said, we have been on fire. What was the play this week that we all cooked on, Cora? We ran a bag up on what was it?
I don't know, man. We run a bag up every week, so I don't remember.
Yeah, we definitely do. This week was I'm gonna tell you what it was. I still got the joints on my phone. Made a small fortune. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying this what we did this week. It is because 2 weeks straight we went crazy. Starbucks was the week before.
Yeah.
We went crazy on Starbucks the week before. And this week it was Dollar General.
Oh yeah, Dollar General calls.
Yeah, we went crazy. We went crazy over the last 2 weeks. So last couple comments. They say New Yorkers are kind but not nice. Californians are nice but not kind. Ooh. I'm clearing out my emails now. I'm down to 964. At least you're making progress, man. He says, you just go, my dog. No, dog.
Yo, I'm not there. I'm gonna keep it a thou wow. Please don't run up on me in the streets. Like I don't know you, and I'm not like you gotta like make some noise from a distance before you come running up on me. Like I don't really like that.
See, that's another thing about podcasting when you create content and put your face on screen. Like when we was in Atlanta, I had multiple people run up on me. I had somebody run up on me in the airport, like, "Yo, watch your show," blah blah blah, and it was love. But it was just like I'm telling you, when you come from up north, like it's just good question. Yeah. Answer that too. Hold up. New Yorkers will help you change your flat tire while calling you names. Californians will say, "Too bad you got a flat." Yeah, man. So up north, y'all don't do the head nod. So Michelle, a head nod, you do the head nod, but you got to have some acquaintance with that person. They may not be your friend, but you. So if somebody like if I go to school and I recognize you from school and I see you outside of school, I'm like, but if I don't know you, you ain't getting no nod.
Nothing. You get nothing.
No. What about me, Corey? I'm short and harmless.
Make some noise. Tell me your name.
Corey, I'm gonna run up on you now.
Listen, make some noise. Tell me your name. Don't just come walking up on me and start holding no conversation. You not gonna like that response.
Chas is in the MDC, and she is right. That Dollar General was fire. We cooked on that. Head nod could mean beef in some parts. Yeah, man. You give somebody the wrong head nod, then you gotta make sure it's one in the chamber.
Yeah.
Is it because there are so many black folks? Because I always say, "What's up?" when I see black.
No, man, you can't just say "What's up?" Either. What's up? There's too many connotations.
All right, so Michelle, I always wondered that. I wonder whether and my brain goes all over the place. Is it weather? I don't know, but it's just like it's something different about like
the greetings.
Yeah, like y'all are really nice down south, man. Southern hospitality is a real thing, But yeah, it's just different up here, man. And I think it might be something to do also with how dense it is. So a lot of times in some cities, people living on top of each other and all that kind of stuff. So people tend to mind their business and just stay in their own world. You know what I mean? Because
you will see a lot of stuff living in a densely populated place that you shouldn't see.
Yeah.
You'll get to see lifing on people real quick.
Yeah. It's funny, right? So Michelle says, black folks reward me. I'm not from the hood, very suburban, so I'm not as guarded. Yeah. If you're not as guarded, you probably you gotta be careful.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with those things. No. It's just that we grew up in a very densely populated city where people get clapped off for being too friendly.
Yeah, like, Michelle, that's actually a beautiful thing that you can be not as guarded, right? But up here, and it's almost me and Kamar had this conversation before. Like, is it growing up in the inner city? It's almost like trauma and PTSD, right? Because you find yourself like just the weirdest things, right? You go out to eat at a restaurant, and I'm like putting, you know what I mean? I can't have my back to the door. I gotta sit and while I'm out. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, I don't put my back to the door nowhere.
See, Southerners have never met a stranger and they want to feed you.
Hey, listen, I got it from both sides because my dad is from Birmingham, Alabama, and then my mom's side is from Philadelphia. So I literally got to see both sides.
All right, so here's a question. It's the last question I'm gonna put up here. Is it safe at Kensington? My answer to that
depends on what part of Kensington you go to.
So that's interesting because if you look up Kensington on YouTube, it's going to show you some stuff that you probably like, yo, this isn't real. But here's what they're not going to show you. Half of Kensington, they separated east and west. Half of Kensington is gentrified. There are $1 million homes over there now.
Yep.
Right? That's not what they're going to show you in there. They're going to show you all the stuff. But the crazy part about all the wild stuff, the place where there's $1 million homes was once wild stuff, and they moved it all into one place. It's a very interesting case study. I was raised in the suburbs. My folks grew up in Liberty City, so I'm hood adjacent. So I have some info on an approach, but I don't have it burned in me the way y'all do. Yeah, it's like
we lived it every day for a lot of years, bro.
Yeah, it's wild, man. So my church, I grew up across the street was from Pork and Beans. I've heard of Pork and Beans. That's half the NFL players from Pork and Beans. Facts. I don't sit with my back to the door. I do the head nod, but depends on how we approach one another. I generally pass greetings. Yeah, so Jose's from the Bronx, right? So boom. All right, y'all. Listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We are getting off here. We've been on here for about an hour and a half now. So congrats to Don. Check out the podcast. Show us love on socials. Yo, by the way, last thing I'm gonna say, I think IG is shadow banned our page. So if y'all do follow us on IG, hit put the notification bell when we do post. We don't post that often, so we're not gonna bother you that much. but I think they definitely shadow banned our page because I think what it is we grew our page to a certain point, and all IG does now is send us emails trying to get us to pay because we didn't pay for the blue check. We don't pay for ads. So everything they say is like, we want you to pay. We want you to pay. And it's like, dude, like, no. So now our reach is let down. When I post something on IG, it get nowhere near the traction they used to. So Zuck is out here playing games with us, man. But we appreciate the love nonetheless. Make sure you subscribe. We love y'all. Please stay safe out here because it's the holidays and we know how crazy things get. I can't leave without answering this question though. Any tips for identifying rental scams on Facebook Marketplace? I can't just leave this up here, right? It's a great question from Lorraine, and I'm not just going to leave it there. What I will say is this. One of the things that I've done with people so when you say rental scams, are you talking about you renting the property or you looking for renters for your property? One of the things that I found when looking for renters of my properties that try to if I put something on Facebook Marketplace is, I make them pay for, credit report, fill out an application. Because if you're going to scam me, you're less likely to scam me if you're going to put some money up front. It's $50 application fee. That cuts out all that, right? So that's one thing. If you're talking about you trying to rent a place, I would look for that place and see if it's off of, so it's in a different kind of place rather than Facebook Marketplace. Is it also listed on Zillow? Is it also on Trulia? If it is it the same person that's offering that property? Because believe it or not, some people go to those places. So some people go to those places, look for the property, take it, and then put the information on Facebook Marketplace. Another thing I would say is this. If you are looking to rent a property, hire a realtor. It won't cost you anything because most realtors get paid from the person that's listing the property. So they'll do the work for you and get paid from the person that's listing the property. And you can ask them up front when you hire them, because some may charge a fee. I don't know how the structure is where you are. Ask them up front, what is your fee for finding me a rental property? Some will tell you $0 because they get paid by the person listing the property. So that'll eliminate some of that as well, to have them do the work for you. I just don't want to blink and kiss. All right, so now that you say that, I haven't seen y'all on IG in a minute. Yeah, IG is definitely they got to stay. They trying to get us to pay, man. Zuck is a. It's funny because one of our people, they got 500,000 followers on IG, 500,000, and they told me they facing the same thing. Once they got to that, once they hit that number, Zuck was like, "What?" Their reach is this down. They got 500,000, and they still don't reach nobody. So my mother-in-law got took with a scam. We warned her too, and she bit. Someone was offering a place, and she paid money, and then they disappeared. Yeah, never do that. Never do that. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about, right? That's a flag. That's more than a red flag. So be careful and don't give nobody no bread. I don't even look at Facebook Marketplace for the most part anymore because, I never hear anything good from that. Right? Let me stop saying that because people say they got deals on it. People tell me get deals on there, but you ain't getting a deal like that. No one's going to be charging $2,600 and then taking a $1,600 cut because you got it on Facebook. That ain't going to happen. So a rental agent in Michigan charged $1,500 in 2011. It shouldn't be that way, right? So if someone's asking me as an agent here in Pennsylvania, like, hey, I need a rental property, what I'll do is I'll find someone that has one listed, and most of the time they split whatever 1 month's rent is with me. That's how it generally works here. But yeah, just be careful with Craigslist, Facebook, and all those. Yeah, but that sounds crazy to me. $2,600 versus $1,000. Nah. Check and see if it's the same person on both places. Anyway, man, we out of here. Lorraine, if you need more help, shoot me a message. You can inbox me at JW the Blueprint. I'll try to help you as much as I can. And I'll also see if I can find you an agent out there that doesn't charge. So just shoot me a message if you need any help. With that being said, Don, I'll get with you in a second. Check out the podcast, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.